Part of the reason we do these things is to give ourselves a little gut check, see if this is what we want to do, see if we actually want to be in this sport. It's a little mental twist to see if you're able to handle something that is thrown at you when you don't think it's possible. Let's go, you gotta get the paint to come out of that hair! Please hold the higher RPM, she's a 16-year-old girl! You were in the mid-20s last year because you couldn't keep up on the Echo bike. You gotta keep up this year. Show me you want to make it to the game this year.
For the games too. So we're gonna blend those two, and then PMs can change up here and there, but that's what we're gonna do. So my man Dom, we got this. Obviously, like I said, this is a lot this AM. We may have it finished after, but we're at camp, so that's okay.
Cool. Let's go over everything real quick. I would say normally on like a standard day, we're not gonna do upper and lower together this much, but we're gonna blend it all today and give you a little taste of some, what I would call, leave this on the camera, bastardized West Side. Basically, I just read a couple West Side books and then just made up my own variation. So, but we're gonna back squat, strip set, bench press, strip set, accessory work, lower accessory, upper accessory. The strip set will work like this just so we understand the flow. Okay, one person will do their 85% for max reps. Then the next person will do their 85% for max reps if we're in groups of 3. Then the next person will do their 85% for max reps. Then we'll go back to the first person. So you will be getting rest. Does that make sense? Then we'll go down to 75%, we'll do max reps. All 3 people will do their 75%, and then all 3 people will do their 65%. Then we'll move to bench press. We'll change the floor, do bench press max, 85, 75, 65, same thing. Then we'll go lower body accessory, upper body accessory, and we'll be in our groups, so one person at each station, and we'll rotate. Questions on that? Cool, pretty simple. 10 reps. Eye contact on that, right? Yeah.
There you go, now bring your feet up. Not your hands. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Hey, I'm gonna use you to demo what a box squat should look like.
I don't really know what box squat looks like.
Nate knows more about West Side than I do, so we're gonna use him to demo. Nobody watches more West Side videos. The spirit of Louis Simmons is in him. So a couple things we're looking for. Good. Squat stance is kind of dependent on what you like. Nate's a little bit of a wider squatter than most people. He's got insanely strong hips, so that's actually good for him. Box squatting is a good way to figure out where you should actually plant your feet to work on your mechanics. But a couple main things I want you guys to focus on today is tension. Go ahead and come to the box. So you're gonna come down to the box. Notice how he drives his hips back. Notice how he sits back here. And then stand, go. How not to box squat, just tap it and stand right up. Pointless, don't ever do it. If you do it that way, just get rid of the box, just squat. Okay? Sit down to the box, pull back, rock forward, press. This should put you right at or slightly below parallel for most of us with a 12-inch box. I normally use a 12-inch. You can go anywhere from 18 to 10 inches. A lot of people struggle with 10 inches, but that's how you get your hips really strong. Let's go ahead and each hit a set of 5 with the empty bar. Okay, we should be working on our 3 reps. When you get to your actual 3s, you want to take at least like 3 minutes in between your 3s. All right, we should be getting close, maybe like 6 minutes. If you want one more attempt, take it now. Down, 0 pause in the hole. Stand up. Doesn't matter how long it takes you to stand up. The 85%, leave 2 reps in the tank. The 75%, leave 1 rep in the tank. The 65%, let it rip. 1, 2, 3, a little bounce off the chest is fine. 1 second pause at the top, go. You're not resting for like 7 seconds at the top to get another rep. Any questions on that? So if you get to that point, just rack it, move on to the next weight. Yeah, Yeah, so it was actually something I tried with Nate last year because we did a lot of linear progression throughout his first year, and we went into semis as basically the weakest guy in the arena. We did pretty good, but the linear stuff wasn't really working for him, and I was like, I gotta figure something out new and go out of my comfort zone. So that was like complete opposite of everything I do is West Side style, and I went and read all their stuff and started mixing it in, and he basically PR'd every lift by 30 to 50 pounds this year. So we kind of rode with that. On top of the dude was eating, like he did everything right, sleeping well, eating well. But I don't think it's the best thing for every athlete in every portion of the season. But definitely identifying which athlete needs it, and then also paying attention to where you're at in a CrossFit season. It can be super beneficial for CrossFitters to start moving heavier loads with less volume.
What's the ladder?
Hyping it up. You don't know the 5 solas by memory yet? Come on. Of the Reformation.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I'm telling you, Lockhart knows them. Ask him.
Tell us, teach us.
Get Lockhart. Emma knows them.
Do you know?
Grace alone, faith alone, scripture alone, to the glory.
Amen, sister. Do you know what do you know what a snuffleupagus is from Winnie the Pooh? It's really random, but that's kind of what that looks like. I really let my nerd out there.
That's rude.
One person on the band, one person on the dumbbells, one person on the wall. 3, 2, 1. Both hands to the dumbbells. You can go palm down. Yeah.
What kind of question is that?
Push it down, you'll get a deeper range of motion. Hinge here and push it down. More? Yeah. So it's more. We gotta get like that, and then go this way. We get more. Yeah, let them roll. Let the elbows roll and move a little bit. Yes, better. Yes. 3, 2, 1.
You gonna ride some 1,000-foot handstand?
Oh.
Wait, I didn't mean to stop it there.
Oh, dude. That's so close. It's hard to stop, isn't it? Oh! Money.
Thank you.
I'm gonna edit to where it looks
Thank
like you
you.
did first try.
Do it.
Alright. Go again.
Sorry, bro.
We got to do some CrossFit. So teams of two, you're going to double under together. It is 150 each. You're going to double under at the same time. Doesn't have to be synchro, but double under at the same time. Legless rope climbs, you have to alternate every single rep. So one rope climb, one rope climb, one rope climb, one rope climb. Same idea on the 30 rope climbs. You have to switch every single rep. Double unders together each time. So you're doing a total of, 450 each? Double unders, cool. 22-minute cap. Okay, one of the goals of the reason why we're having a coach in here, why we're doing this stuff is also to make adjustments to workouts to make sure we're not doing overuse stuff. So if anybody did 1,000,000 rope climbs yesterday or on Monday, we can make some adjustments and get the same exact workout and stimulus by doing other stuff. So you're gonna come find me and ask me questions, and we're gonna do that so that you can have exactly what this workout is intended to do. If you have not done rope climbs this week, you should do it as written. If you did some double unders yesterday, just do them again today, you'll be fine.
Is that for the transition?
I was trying to claim this rope. Heart rate. You got to the regular rope climbs. They just take longer.
We'll break for lunch now. We're gonna come back. We're gonna meet that rig right there, 2:30 this afternoon. We'll do workout, group again. It'll be 1-to-1 base back and forth. We'll go over that there. Meet back here, 2:30. eat lunch, come back in. We'll like take some time to warm up on all that. But try to be here as close to 2:30 as you can so we can get rolling, and we'll take you through session 2, finish off the day.
This is good, right? You did it? Macho man, you know, macho man?
Macho man?
Yeah, every minute. 3 power clean, 3 front squat, 3 push leg. Every minute, 20 minutes.
205?
205.
What'd you guys write?
Do you approve of that workout?
Right now?
4-time wrestle Roman.
Wait, isn't that Macho Man?
Okay, guys.
36%.
It's now macho man. Let's go warm up.
16 sets. Wish I could make you all do 16 sets. 8 sets each. Going 24 calorie biker, 20 calories for the ladies. We're gonna go 16 GHDs, 8 dumbbell snatch. You'll go through the whole thing, then partner go through the whole thing. 8 sets each, 16 sets total. The change up on the days, we're gonna force pacing on the biker. What we'll do is I'll show you how to set for intervals on the biker. You've probably all done that. Guys 24, ladies 20. And then guys, you gotta hold sub 142 pace for 1,000 meters. So we'll set it to calories intervals. If you change the display, it'll show you for 1,000 meter pace. Guys, you gotta hold sub 142 the whole way.
What's exciting?
It was originally 8 sets each, and now it's 10.
Oh.
Ladies, 16 GHD, 8 dumbbell snatch, 1-to-1, 10 sets each. Any questions? Let me get the remote. We'll start this clock. 5, 3, 2, 1, go.
Nightmares of a world in which I never met you in my worst fears. Glass around my head, I hear him echo in the nighttime. All my insecurities upset me and I might try pushing you away, but don't you let me get nightmares of a world in which I never met you in my worst fears. Glass around my head, I hear him echo in the nighttime. All my insecurities upset me and I might try pushing you away, but don't you let me.
What happened? What happened?
What do you mean? On what?
First set.
Them beating us?
Yeah.
My bikes are fast. Mine were 41 seconds. I don't know how they got ahead of us.
I'm start biking.
I know, I don't
This
know.
guy do JHD.
I don't know how.
I want to get a couple things from you guys. Raise your hand if all you felt was your quads. That's it, nothing else, just quads. If all you feel was your quads, only quads. Who was breathing really hard? More than quads. Anybody breathing harder than just quads? Okay. So the idea of like when we do stuff, honestly, we'll put that in low back, is, yeah, it's good to compete and to do those things on a day-to-day basis, but when you're working out, while you're doing workouts, you should try to be thinking about like what is actually being affected on your body. Because if you do that whole workout and the only thing limiting you is your breathing, then honestly, like, we don't need to be doing tons of that. We need to be adding more aerobic training into your work. If you do that and it's all quads, we need to work on like lactic flushing in your training. If you don't know how to clear lactate, you're never gonna be good at a workout like this, okay? And then that can also go into energy systems, but you wanna be figuring out what is limiting you in each workout. And if you're just really good at that workout and you're like, no, it's fine, I'm a Mayhem athlete, 160 GHDs, 80 dumbbell snatches, I do that with my sleep. That's cool too. That's a good thing. That means you'll be good at this, and we'll touch one-on-ones once a week and you'll be good to go and you don't even have to think about it. So one of the purposes of me helping you guys do this is for you guys to start learning how to identify limiters so we can adjust pieces so you can work on your limiters and actually do training that's applied to you, so you're not just always constantly just doing random stuff. We can actually work on the energy systems that are behind. What? No.
It's actually really good.
Yeah. It's a sport, for sure.
Sorry.
Aggressive.
Yeah. Some little curve you had on that. Was that
Yeah, you like that? That was a
You like that? You like that? I did like that.
Yeah, this is warm up the rotator cuffs.
Okay.
It's at TRX bands this morning.
Yeah, we'll push.
You know? Wax on, wax off, you know?
Yeah.
All right, let's warm up. Pick a machine, doesn't matter. Everybody's gonna warm up at the same time. So today we're trying to do the opposite. So that is why that note is up there, like do not race anything. Honestly, if you have a heart rate monitor of some sort, this would be a great piece for it. If you don't, that's fine. You can kind of try to feel this out the best that you can. But whenever you're doing this stuff, if you really want to do it well, having something to track your heart rate will help. We're gonna do 5 sets total. How we're gonna do this is we're gonna be in 2 groups. We're gonna preserve the order and we're gonna run a group every 3 minutes. Okay, does that make sense? We'll give you guys about 10 seconds to transition, right? So we'll probably do like a 2-minute and 50-second jog, right? Then I'll give you guys 10 seconds to get to the rower. We'll row all the way through the minute and then cycle back around. Any questions on that? So zone 2 aerobic pace. This is like aerobic threshold, and then this should be anaerobic threshold. Zone 4 is not above 90%. So we're under 90%. That means we're not tapping into redlining. So if you get on the rower and you start competing, you're not doing what we're trying to get out of this here. Just follow one of the boys. Or the girls.
For the girls.
Just don't hold Emma's paces, all right?
Oh, I will not.
Just kidding.
Oh, I will not.
I was just kidding.
I'm just gonna be young forever.
Towel.
So partner number one will single arm farmer carry down and then just switch hands on the way back. And then the next partner will do the same carry, the single arm farmer carry. Each person will go through the farmer carry before you switch to the overhead. So you're resting for the 2 people working. Then we're gonna do the same thing overhead. You're gonna go overhead down, switch hands, opposite arm back. The sandbag carry is the only one that is down and back.
I miss the days when life was simple. If I could, I'd run it back. I ain't gonna grow up. I won't ever grow old. I'm just gonna be young forever. Young forever. Young forever.
Quarterfinals, just some flow stuff with it, scheduling. Make sure we're on the same structure. Dom will debrief this workout and Thursdays in general. Then we'll clean, and it'll actually be done for the day.
So first thing we always want to try to do when approaching a training piece or a workout is like define the objective of the workout. I'm going to use the Wadapalooza workout that was like the 2 AMRAPs followed by the chipper for time. The score of that workout was total reps across all 3 pieces and then a time. So we have to look at who we are as an athlete, and these things all kind of flow together. This last part kind of flows out of these 2, and then we have to define the objective for ourselves. The most wasteful thing you can ever do when you're approaching a workout is take the person who's going to win that workout and then try to figure out a way to keep up with them. That is actually how you lose. Okay? So for me to take Rich Froning on a handstand walk workout and a legless rope climb workout and try to figure out how I can keep up with him would probably be the dumbest thing I could ever do. What would be the smart way to keep up with Rich on a workout like that would be to figure out what I'm capable of and making that the objective of the workout, not keeping up with him. Does that make sense? Any questions on that? Now, some days I might want to come into training and I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to try to keep up with him and just see what happens. That's also a good thing to do every once in a while. But every once in a while is the key to that. So we want to use these 2 things to figure out and analyze the workout and figure out where our limiters were in each piece. And then that actually helps the people who are doing your programming create progressions throughout the season that allow you to work on these limiters and to find specific movement combos that are your limiters. Everybody has different limiters in this. This is where individual programming can be helpful, because some people, when you pair echo bike and wall balls, their quads blow up in 30 seconds. Other people get breathing really hard and don't really feel their quads that much. But in quarterfinals coming up, you're gonna do more than enough competing. When we do the Wednesday workouts with Rich in the morning, you're doing more than enough competing when you guys do that. Once or twice a week is more than enough. All the rest of your training, especially your Metcon, should be done in this so that you can preserve intensity, identify and work on limiters, and actually get fitter. Cool? That's why this is so important.
We got Pamela on site this morning, doing a lot of high-level gymnastic skill practice. Then pretty cool partner workout. Rolling straight into sage. We're gonna snatch, clean and jerk, pull from the ground heavy.
All right, so once again, thank you guys for having me. Thank you, Jake. It's really an honor to coach higher level athletes and just kind of take my gymnastics days into the CrossFit world for you guys as well too. We're gonna really work on, you guys really have a lot of the foundation, so we're gonna work on kind of zoning in on that a little bit, but more about efficiency and speed at this point in the game. We're gonna do handstand work in here, and then we'll go out and do some rig work in there as well too. A lot of it's gonna be about just like body awareness and understanding where you are when we're upside down and stuff, and that way it'll help you with the speed of everything as well too.
Oh.
There you go. I know, dude. It's just constantly this way. There you go. Oh!
Start on the plate and just start like figuring out how to just do like a turn before you work on walking up it. Slow and controlled. So if you kick a little too fast, you're gonna lose the balance. So first we gotta go slow, then we can speed it up.
Wait,
why can't I finish it? I don't know, dude.
In order to start your roll, you're gonna slightly drive your heel, very slightly. Then you're gonna fold into like a pike or tuck hollow. The key to the forward roll is keeping your hips close to the bar. So just a tight arch, fold quick, yep, good. Keep your eyes on your knees a little more, keeping that hollow a little bit longer. Good introduction. This is a very new skill for all of you. It may show up, it may not at all. It's just good to have it in your back pocket in case it does.
At the games, I think we'd see one would be like reasonable, like the pullover was introduced this year. So I think it'd be reasonable to practice it for semifinals, because the natural progression of doing the semifinals would be the games. And then I think at the games to see one new thing, whether it's a forward roll, or maybe instead of a handstand turn on a box, like pirouette on a plate. I think it's unreasonable to get crazy and think something out of blue like a backflip's gonna show up, or backwards rolls on rings, because it's incredibly extreme is too much, but the next step.
All right, guys, hi. How's everyone feeling? Are you smoked? Are you feeling fresh, ready to go? Okay, awesome. So we're just gonna kind of come together as a group and get our minds focused back on Olympic lifts. You guys just did a bunch of gymnastics stuff. So we'll just quickly go through the Bergner warm-up. I'm not gonna go through it extensively with you guys, but I just want your thoughts back on the barbell, okay? Then from there, we're gonna go through a very traditional snatch style workout. And we're getting progressively heavier as we go throughout the session. So this earlier prep primer sets are gonna be fairly light. We're just gonna warm up your movement patterns, kind of get those fast twitch muscle fibers firing. Then we'll go to like light medium with a little bit of a complex. And then we're gonna do some heavier snatches, but just very low volume. And we're gonna practice taking some bigger jumps with those singles. And then we're gonna end the day with a super fun speed pull, just getting you guys practicing being really explosive and intentional off the ground. Okay, so you're gonna do that jump and shrug, and then I want you being super aggressive, cranking those elbows high and outside and maintaining that good posture. And jump and shrug. Harder. Jump and shrug. Cool. Okay, let's practice these really aggressive turnovers by punching into your overhead position. Just brush it off your hips. There you go. See how much more vertical it went? Careful not to pull it into your hips. Trust that if you jump hard and if your lats are engaged, the contact's gonna happen. So if you can really start training your body to jump harder, it's gonna do wonders for your lifts. Better, more legs, more legs. So I like the higher hip start for you, remember? But if you're gonna have a higher hip start, you have to be even more aggressive with your legs driving from the floor. Ever have any questions on your specific list, or if you just want to shoot me a quick video and be like, hey, can you just take a look at this really fast? What do I need to work on? What's a drill I can do? Please feel free to contact me. You guys were awesome. Thanks for being open to being coached. Very excited to see you guys in this upcoming season.
We'll be back here at 3, just under 3 hours. We'll be back in the athlete facility, finish up this afternoon. Mike's gonna run us through some fun stuff. It'll be good. Any questions? Nope. All right. See you back here, athlete facility, 3 o'clock. This measures the amount of oxygen in your blood. It's going slower than I want it to. Usually it's like 99 to 100 if you're, all the oxygen you need in your blood. 96 right now. But as you exercise, oxygen goes down in your blood because it's using more and more of the oxygen for your body. So if you do what we call lactic training, which is build up tons of lactic acid, which would be also much less oxygen, it's under 90% means you're truly in lactic. As we say, like the full-on sprint, you go as hard as you can, then your blood oxygen saturation, 96 right now, would be like 89 or less. So we're gonna see if we can get them to put this on in between sets to see if they go in full lactic and get under 90 on that. So it kind of gives them a literal measure to shoot for, and we can prove whether or not they're like 95%, we know they're dogging it. If they're 89 or less, means you're doing a great job.
All right, so first we're going to talk a little bit about like what we're doing and why we're doing it, and then we'll talk a little bit more after as far as the results from it as well. But the reason we do this type of training, first of all, we only do it at certain times of the year. So when we're leading into the competition, so like right now is a good time to start doing this for quarterfinals or semifinals, whatever your main event is or games. Typically, it's going to run for a 4 to 12 week cycle, depending on you and who you are as an athlete. You can talk with your coach or talk with us about that as far as the needs for it. But you don't do it all year round, because if it's done right, it's very taxing on the system, and you can't sustain it all year long. So the reasons we do it, the 2 main reasons we do it are, 1, to increase aerobic threshold. So if we think about it as we have a threshold where we can move in kind of what our classic open style workouts are, a 10-minute workout, it's going to increase that by just a little bit, because if we're always staying super aerobic and controlled, then we don't have that ability to kind of push past that boundary a little bit more. The next one is a little bit more mental, and it's just increased pain tolerance. So again, if you're in those CrossFit style workouts and you're always kind of at a sustained, comfortable but hard effort, then this is going to help you increase that pain tolerance of what you can sustain and what you can handle in those type of workouts, whether it's finishing a workout strong in a competition or just where you have to dig a little bit deeper in a competition setting. The workout is going to be 3 sets, and you're all going to be grouped up, obviously. 3 sets, 90-second AMRAP. You're going to do 10 burpee box jump overs into max calorie on the Echo bike. On the burpee box jump overs, we're going as fast as we can from the start. That means no stepping down, no stepping up. You're jumping your feet down, jumping your feet back up. Stepping down, stepping up is not as fast as you can go. All right, 10 of those, and then max calories on the bike. Once we do that first set, we're going to figure out what your calories were, and we're going to try to hit 75% of that for the next 2 sets. As soon as you get off the bike, we want you to go over here and take your blood oxygen, figure out what that number is. All you do is stick it on your finger, push the button, and wait for it to read. Figure out what your blood oxygen is, and write that number down after all 3 sets.
What's about to happen right here?
Yeah. It's going to be a full send.
Yeah.
As Locker would say, go Super Saiyan.
Carnage, weak legs. No, some people will do well. There's some people who are really good at this in here, this type of stuff. And then there's some people who I think won't get the intended stimulus because they struggle to go there, or they don't do it frequently enough. And then there's some people who will hit it right on the head, I think.
Like when you get off that bike, get over here and test it. I want to see like 89 or less. That means you're lactic.
Got it. Okay, so under 90.
So if you see like 89, 88,
what's
87.
What's like normal? 97?
99. I mean 100.
100.
Like sitting there resting, 100, 99, 100.
Okay.
The more you work out, the lower it comes.
What's like the lowest, like?
I just told him 0, you're dead.
Are you nervous for this kind of workout?
No, like I'm good at pushing stuff like this. Like it just like it hurts. Like it hurts. So.
Make you nervous?
Well, yeah, because I've already done this workout like 2 or 3 times. So I know how bad it hurts. So mentally, I'm like.
Have you ever done it where you cover the screen though?
No.
No? Okay, that's new.
Yeah. Never tested my blood oxygen after a workout, so.
Lion's gonna eat. Ships have been burned, Ben. Ships have been burned. Lungs are gonna bleed on the screen.
Ah! 58 on the carryover. Damn, boy.
Yeah, I'm not okay.
Listen up, try to listen while you're breathing.
All right, good job, guys.
This is a camp, this is our last session of the weekend. Part of the reason we do these things is to give ourselves a little gut check, see if this is what we want to do, see if we actually want to be in this sport. So your goal for the rest of the day is you have to match or beat your calories, and we will not stop until you do so. We will continue to do sets and give you as much rest as we feel fit, but we will continue to perform the sets until you match or beat your calories. It's a little mental twist to see if you're able to handle something that is thrown at you when you don't think it's possible. Let's go, you gotta get the pink to come out of that hair! Hold the high RPM, she's a 16-year-old girl! You were in the mid-20s last year because you couldn't keep up on the Echo bike. You gotta keep up this year! 3 calories, don't stop with 3. Show me you want it. Show me you want to make it to the games this year. Home stretch.
You look uncomfy a little bit.
Yeah. The second bike was for sure the worst because I could barely walk before doing that second set. And then I swear I was literally like failing on the bike for the last 20 seconds, and the last 10 I could barely pedal. I was just like throwing my body into the handlebars. It was bad, but it like almost makes me feel better because I think a lot more mentally tough than I give myself credit for. And it's kind of hard for me to dig that deep in competition because it's like you're scared of the failure aspect of it. Like, but I don't know, it teaches you that if you do it in training and you fail, it's okay.
Yeah.
And like you know your limits and like I don't know. I failed time and time again out on the competition floor, and it's like it gets less scary every time you do it. So it gives me more motivation to go out this year and just like on some workouts not hold back and just send it like that.
Dude, my mouth's never been so dry in my whole life.
Really, cotton mouth?
Dude, I thought I had peanut butter in my mouth. Airwave plopped out, couldn't breathe. Dude, it was nuts. And I didn't think I was gonna make my box jump on my third set. I couldn't jump out of my burpee. And I was like, dude, I'm about to roll over this box.
After every set.
Yeah, that was the hardest part, just trying to get comfortable and like. No, honestly, it's because my butt cheeks felt like they were gonna tear, and anything I did, like if I walked, it felt like it was tearing. If I laid down, it felt like it was tearing. So I didn't know what to do. It hurt.
There's no pieces like this next week. I've already looked at programming, and we'll have the group training there. If you have your programming individualized and you're like, I want to stick with the plan, that's cool too. We'll loop you in some with the group if you want. Nothing else, just Wednesdays or piece together here and there based on you and your coach. Talk to most people individually. Come talk to me for questions on that.
So Lord, I want to help build a community and a place where we can do that. And so God, I just ask for the blessing of your Spirit, Lord, to stir up hearts within this room, Lord, that we can use this sport as something where we can display you and how we think and how we act, what our faces look like, what we show up every day and do, how we speak, how we talk, how we interact with people. Lord, make us as coaches do that for our athletes, Lord, and help us teach these athletes to go and do that with the people they compete against. Not just the people who are their fans, not just the people who they love or their families, but the people who they compete against and that they're striving to beat. Lord, help them be people who actually want to build peace there and to show them that there is something greater than success in this sport. Lord, and I know that you've given us a group that wants to do that, that desires to do that. And so God, I'm so thankful to be here. I'm so thankful to be amongst these people and amongst people who are turning their eyes to you because they know that you are much more satisfying than ever having a place on the podium at the CrossFit Games. Lord, thank you for drawing this group together. Let us come in here each and every day to glorify you. Lord, we ask this all in Jesus' name. Amen.